Welcome back. I am your host, Brittani Starr, and today we are joined by a talented author whose literary journey took an unexpected turn into the Wild West. Ami's academic background in literature led her to fascinating territories in academia, teaching college English to art students, and earning a PhD in Restoration 18th century literature. I can't speak very well today. However, her path into the world of writing took an unforeseen twist when she stumbled upon the genre of Westerns, initially setting out to craft medieval romances. Her debut novel, The Reluctant Bandit, Lawless the Law Book 1, takes us on a gripping journey through the rugged landscapes of the territory of Arizona in 1878. Join us as we dive into the thrilling pages of Amy's novel and have a conversation with an indie author.
Conversations with Indie Authors.
Please welcome to the show, Ami Hicken King.
Hello, thank you.
That's awesome. You have quite a background.
It's a mouthful too. I can never say it either.
So what take us back to the beginning. When did your novel come out and what inspired it? How did you get here?
Somebody said, "Hey, we're going to take this class, some writer friends, and do you want to take it with us?" And like, okay, because I kind of feel like I'm hit rock bottom. So what the hell, right? Oops, sorry. And I took the class, and they had an exercise where everybody had the same amount of items, and we had to use these items in a scene. And one of them was a gun, and I don't work with guns because medieval, right? And so I ended up writing a Western scene for that exercise. And the woman was like, the instructor said, I've never had, in the 20 years I've taught this, nobody's ever written a Western. And they were all so different. They were great. And so I didn't have a new story idea. I wanted to rework the story idea that I was stuck on. And she said, no, you really need a new idea to work on this hero's arc. And so I said, okay, well, can I do that? Can I do Charlie from that scene that I did? Because I kind of like it. I've never read, but the caveat is I've never written a Western. I didn't intend to write a Western. I don't really read them. I maybe watched a couple of, you know what I mean? It was just really going in blind. And she says, I think more power to you for doing it. And so I really did like that character when he hit the page. And so that's where it went. It was just let's see where this goes kind of moment. And let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can write a novel. And I did. And that's how I ended up in historical Western romance. But it's interesting writing that novel. I came up with so many other ideas. And so I came up with a whole 4-book series. So it was a fruitful exercise.
That's pretty awesome. So, but the first one is out right now, right?
Yeah, and I've written the second one. I'm still just monkeying with it because the last couple of years have kind of been it's just been one thing after another, and and then it sits for a while, and then I come back to it, and it's hard. It's like trying to turn over a car that the battery might need a jump, and so but that one I should be done in the spring. That one is scheduled to be, hopefully.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you already writing the other ones or you just have plans for them?
I have it plotted out. So I know like who's going to be in which book, and they're standalones, but they're strung together by one character who is like not quite a puppeteer, but something akin to a puppeteer. He's connected in all of the characters' lives, all the heroes in each of the books' lives, and so that's how they're all connected.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm primarily when I write something down on a piece of paper, I have a lot of scrap papers, a lot of post-it notes, and then they end up getting compiled into a notebook so that I don't lose it. But the act of writing it down really helps cement it in my head. Or names. I think that's what I was struggling with this time around because I had a lot of names that were similar. And then when you read it aloud, you're kind of like, yeah, got to change that.
That's awesome. So why Arizona? Why did you pick Arizona in particular?
I live in Arizona now, and
Okay.
so yeah, and so it was funny. The the books that I wanted to write before were places that I had never lived or really been to. They were just imaginary places. And I was out when I was taking this course. It was a online course. It was maybe a month long or something like that. I can't remember, maybe 3 weeks. But we were looking for schools for my college bound son. And we went to Nevada. And when we came back, I remember it was the summertime, hotter than blazes. And I was standing out in our yard with the dogs, and I could hear the church bells. And it just reminded me of an old Western, because when the church bells ring and everybody kind of scurries wherever something's going down. And it was hot, it was hot, and the wind was blowing. It was a little dusty. And I just thought, I think I'm better off writing something in a locale where if I really had a question or I wanted to feel it, I could go there. I could just get in my car and drive to the place, or drive to some place that was a similar. So that's why Arizona.
That's super interesting.
Super cool. I mean, part of it is like you want the reader to feel what you're feeling. And I think if you're stuck and going outside and feeling the sun just burn your skin, and the sweat roll down. I mean, that's a gross example, but it was summertime. But you know what I mean? The beads of
Yeah.
sweat rolling down your forehead, or whatever it is, or feeling the rain pelt you, or it does. I think it does add another layer to the reader experience, maybe.
I agree. But I think life is an adventure, and we get to take off with our books and go into more adventures. I see all of it as a great adventure. Like, we're Indiana Jones, and we're having a great adventure in life. And so books, I think, are still important, and I hope they always continue to be.
Yeah, me too. I think the thing that my kids, when they were growing up, one was, he liked stories. The other one didn't like stories as much. And now he's growing into it a little bit more. They're more mathy and sciencey, which is like so foreign to me. But um, you um, I think watching them play like video games and stuff, that the ones that have the stories are very interesting. So I don't think we'll ever be without story, even with the technology. It's just the stories are going to change and be different. But I do hope. I think that stories bring us closer together, and make us look at things differently, and make us more empathetic. And I hope that the that we continue with stories. I'd like to see them in like books, but you know what I mean. Any way we can, podcasts, and even movies and TV shows. Something where you can find a common thread, and get excited about things and think about possibilities. I mean, that's what I love about what you're doing with the science fiction, is because you're like, hey, well, what about this, and what about this, and that's super exciting.
Mhm. I have fun with it. That's Mike. I just look at all of life as an adventure, and now I get to see, if I read your book, then I'm sharing your adventure with you. That's it's exciting. Even if it's a memoir, or a true life story, I'm connecting with you in a really cool way.
Yeah. Yeah, that I totally feel that way about reading. So it would be nice if everyone read more. Read more, people, read more.
Read more. And by the way, it's the holidays coming up, and books are fantastic stocking stuffers. So, you know, there we go. Let's get that moving. Can you tell us where to find you online?
Yeah, I have a website, and it's the same as my name. It's Ami Hicken King. And if you Google "All is not as it seems," that's my tagline. So that pulls up that way too. I'm on Instagram with my full name, Pinterest with my full name, and Facebook. And that one, it's Ami Hicken King author, is Facebook. Kind of giving that a whirl.
I will also put the links in the description box so that it's easy to click on. If you connected with anything you heard today, then please give us a like and a subscribe. And also go check out Ami Hicken King's website and follow her on social so you can learn when her next book in the series comes out. How exciting. Thank you so much for being part of Zarlequan today and coming on.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
I had a great time laughing with you. And until next time, everyone, please stay magical, my friends.